Okay, 3 minutes to look at Combat Patrol issue 20, recently released in Australia. Front of the issue, pretty much Chaplain focus, so we have a nice image there of a Chaplain. Otherwise, it is going to be very specific to the actual Space Marine Chaplain on his bike. So that's pretty much a breakdown of the issue. It's pretty much Chaplain on a bike times almost every single section in this issue. How to build the actual Chaplain on his bike, so the typical steps to put the model together. Definitely not too difficult. Whether you would elect to sub-assembly or not, I'm not too sure. Granted, it is a Chaplain on a bike, so because it's predominantly black, you may not need to worry. Speaking of predominantly black, going straight into the how to paint, so going through each of the paint applications for the Chaplain. Abaddon Black being pretty much the first side of it, Lead Belcher for a lot of your metallic detailings, followed by Retributor armor. And then we have other things like Rakarth Flesh, Mephiston Red, Screamer Pink, Wraithbone, Macragge Blue, and Baraknar Burgundy for all various bits and bobs on the mini. Work in progress of what it looks like based on what paints have been made available. Surprisingly enough, there's been no shading. Interesting. Maybe it's just me. Chaplain on a bike, so just the random generator and some of the accolades, followed by the actual data sheet. A parade ready Chaplain on bike, the actual war gear the Chaplain has, some of the pros and cons of the particular units, followed by a bit of a breakdown of some of the keywords that the model will have, such as twin linked, and I'm not too sure what Catechism of Fire is. I suspect it's a special ability, but yes, that's all I can really comment on at this point in time, because I haven't really used a Chaplain on a bike in a while. The scenario written down, unsurprisingly, Chaplain on the bike is part of the Space Marine unit roster. Otherwise, there's a quick look at the unit roster there and how to win, breakdown of how the map is done, typical Space Marines turn 1 breakdown, the visual map, and then Tyranid turn 1 visual map in your typical victory conditions. Splash page for Combat Patrol, heavily featuring the Space Marines because it is the last issue of Space Marine content for Combat Patrol. Future issue 21-22, introduction of the Eldari, basically. What else was included? Well, you obviously have the base for the biker, and then the actual sprue itself. So definitely not too bad. It's pretty easy and yeah, straightforward to put together. So there we basically go. Space Marine Chaplain on a bike for issue 20.